Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I just woke up like 30 minutes ago and today this video is gonna go live, but I did want to add a couple notes before we get started. So first, this video isn't focused much on technique. It's more just on my process and how I modified the technique itself. If you don't know how to shear, which I didn't, you should go see Annika Victoria's tutorial because she did a really in-depth tutorial on how to do this. Now the big difference is that she used a regular sewing machine and I ended up using my serger for this. I did a chain stitch. So I'll make sure to link the video that Annika Victoria made because it is very helpful and that is what I use to learn how to do this since I've never done it before. And so for the rest of the video, I just showed you my technique, my sewing machine settings, and then the final product. So make sure to visit the link in the description to get the full technique directions. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so usually I write a script for these things, but we're just gonna kind of jump in and I'm gonna tell what comes up in my mind as it comes up to make sure you're getting as much information as you need. You'll probably end up with too much information and you'll get tired of my voice by the end of this. So as I mentioned in the intro, I did end up using a chain stitch for this. And the chain stitch it comes out to look like a straight stitch on one side, but it actually kind of does this like loopy thing on the other, which is probably a terrible description, but. So I'm using two threads. I'm using my chain looper and my chain needle. My elastic thread, which I'll get into later, is threaded through the chain looper on my machine. I also have my settings. I kind of played around with this dial here between the cover stitch and the chain stitch. My differential is set on normal, and my settings, I really had to play around with these quite a bit, but I had the length on 4 and the width obviously doesn't matter. And so for the needle tension, I ended up going all the way back down to 0. For the chain needle, I just had the far left needle. So this is the elastic thread that you'll be using. I got mine from eBay. I just got like a big spool for $30 since I didn't want to run out, and I'm sure I'll use it in the future. And this, I think, I want to say it was like 1 millimeter wide or something, but yeah. And I'm just using normal thread for the other side. So if you've seen Annika Victoria's tutorial, she recommends making lines down your sheet of fabric. So this is just a test sheet of fabric, but I ended up making my lines about 3¼ inches apart. And the pen that I use, it's a removable ink pen. So I'm just going to take it over to my chain stitch. And this was the test round where I was just trying to figure out the best settings to do it. I did run into some problems where like the bottom wasn't threading, the one with the elastic thread. So hope you don't have that happen. And so you're just going to go through and do all of your lines. And as you can see, the further I got, the more sheared effect there was. And this is what it looks like. On the top, you can obviously see that blue thread. So when I do my final one, I'm going to switch to white thread. And on the bottom, you can see the blue thread as well as the white thread. So that's what a chain stitch looks like. It's kind of like braided in there. So now we're going to do it again, and this time I'm actually going to make a swimsuit. So I'm using the free pattern for the Jace top. I'll make sure to link the video and pattern below. And I'm going to cut just my normal lining pieces. So I'm cutting one at the front and one of the back. Now before I cut my main pieces, which is going to be the pieces with the sheared effect, I'm going to measure my pieces and I'm going to make sure to have a block of fabric that's approximately 1.5 inches times the measurement of the piece. So I'm making this super long rectangle for the front and the back pieces. And then I'm just going to go through and do the same thing with the striping effect. And the pen that I'm using, it's a sewing pen and it's air dissolvable as well as water dissolvable. Soluble? Is that I don't know. I think, yeah, soluble. Okay. air and water soluble. Basically, it'll fade over time, and if you just get a washcloth and wipe it off, and it'll come off as well. So it won't stay purple like this. So switching back over to my cover stitch machine, I'm gonna again follow those lines and sit here for the next what will be an hour and a half and finish this one piece. Yeah, it took forever. It looks cute, but honestly it doesn't look cute enough for me to go through this again. Shearing is really cute, and if you have patience then it's definitely worth it, but for someone like me, I probably won't be trying this again. I think both pieces ended up taking me close to 2 hours, and maybe it's just because I'm inexperienced, and I did have to go back and fix some of the stitches. Like I said, my chain looper with the elastic thread, it wasn't hooking on to the stitch every time, so I'd have to go back and resew a bunch of rows. So once you're done, it does end up looking really pretty. And this is the step where you should go and either steam your fabric or iron it if you're feeling risky. Swimwear fabric, you probably don't want to iron, so I just ended up steaming it, but I was an idiot and I didn't do it until after I made the piece. So do your steaming now. So I'm going to cut off the excess without getting into any of the seams that we just sewed. And I'm going to trace my lining piece onto the sheared piece. So again, I'm using my soluble pen, and I'm just going through and tracing the shape. And the reason for this is in the next step, because I'm going to go around and just sew a straight stitch along where I traced to make sure that as I'm cutting, all of the seams will be secured. So I don't have to worry about cutting into my stitches and then like the whole row coming undone. I don't even know if this is necessary, but better safe than sorry. And the stitch that I'm sewing, it is in the seam allowance, so if you sew it correctly, then it won't show in the final product. So the next step is going to be cutting your actual pieces. So I went and just followed the lines that I drew, and I left about ½ an inch of seam allowance, maybe a little bit less than that. So you're going to pin your lining piece to your shirred piece with right sides together. As you can see, there is some excess, and when I'm serging it, I'm just going to use my serger knife to cut off the excess and make sure that the pieces end up the same size. I was just a little nervous about getting too close and not having enough room for error. So I switched my machine over to its serging function, and again I had to play around with the settings since this is a thicker fabric than I usually use, but I was able to get it right. And so that's pretty much it as far as the special steps that I took to make this top. The rest of the construction is just the normal directions for the Jace top, which again I do have linked, so if you're trying to make this exact top, then you'll switch videos right around now. So after I finished the top, I went back and steamed it. Like I said, I should have done this before, but... And finally, any of the purple that was left, which there was a little bit, just kind of the heavy marks, I went in with a washcloth and took off. And this is the final product. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this came out. The shearing is a little bit uneven, which I think is just because I'm a beginner and I haven't really ever done this before. It's cute and I do really like it, but you have to really be patient with it. So you're almost better off buying some shirred fabric if you don't have the time to make it yourself. But if you do, it's a great option. It will save you a couple of bucks, but be prepared to sit at the sewing machine for a while. Thank you guys for watching this video. The summer season is coming to a close, so I am going to be slowing down on swimwear, but I do have some other things, exciting things to show you, so make sure to stay tuned.